You would not believe what I'm looking up at right now. Max? This one's a climber. Yeah. Aren't you? Yeah. Billy's stood here like, do you mind? That was a firm no. Well, apparently being aesthetic is not my kind of thing. Max thoroughly enjoyed playing with my hair whilst he's been up on the top of the hob there, whilst I was cooking, but I've got myself a hot chocolate in the cutest mug in the world. The hot chocolate, I believe, was from the hotel in Dumfries, which I just haven't drunk yet, so I thought I'd have this tonight. It's nice. One thing I will say about getting rid of the microwave and having the air fryer is that we love it, wouldn't undo it. However, heating liquids in the air fryer just doesn't really work. I don't know why. Like, it just doesn't, like, I couldn't heat milk in the air fryer and make a nice hot chocolate with it. It just doesn't work. So, yeah. Hello guys, welcome or welcome back. I realised I haven't even said hello. As you might be able to tell by my voice, I'm coming out of the dreaded cold that everyone seems to have had. When I came back from my little overnight away with Emmanuel for my birthday, I just got so ill. Actually, I think I did mention that in the video, didn't I, at the end, because that was like when I got back. And it kind of wiped me out for a little while. Luckily, I did have a video for you guys to go up on Tuesday, but I've kind of been a little bit AFK for about 5 days, I want to say. Haven't really posted on Instagram or anything. Haven't done anything. But I think it's just the rest that you need when you're not well, isn't it? So yeah, I thought that we could have a nice little cozy evening in. I've got a couple of bits that I want to do tonight, and yeah, we'll just have a little chit chat, you know. Billy and Max are, I think they might be having a break, but they have been play fighting pretty much all day, which has been lovely, trying to like navigate and work out what, if anything, they're going to knock over, because they seem to, when they're play fighting, they do seem to kind of not really care about things around them, whereas when they're individually like doing things, well, Billy enjoys knocking things off of ledges. Max not so much. When they're like play fighting, they just don't really know anything that's around them, so things tend to go a bit flying. But yeah, I'm going to have my hot chocolate. I think I'm going to do a little bit of like a tidy up, sort out, I don't know, like not a clean, but just kind of, what do they call it? The closing down shift. Right. I've just watched the Summer I Turned Pretty finale whilst drinking my cup of hot chocolate. And I thought I would discuss my thoughts and feelings on the whole thing. So if you haven't watched The Summer I Turned Pretty and you don't want it to be spoiled, then maybe skip ahead. Or if you haven't seen the finale yet, again, skip ahead. I get where people are coming from, saying that it's like a cute love story and blah, blah, blah. But on the other hand, I kind of think that the whole thing's just a mess. Like, it's all a bit up in my eyes. So if you're still here and you're not bothered about the story being ruined, essentially this girl, over several years... Sorry, can I just show you what's going on behind me? Are you guys fighting again? As soon as the camera turns on them, they pretend that nothing's happened. Yeah, so over like several years, might I add, like several years, she kind of switches between the two brothers, breaks up with one, gets with the other, breaks up with the other, gets with the other one, like switches between these two brothers, which I find incredibly weird, to be honest. Eventually, the brother who she wasn't originally in love with proposes, they get married. No, they don't get married, sorry. Proposes, they don't end up getting married. She runs away to Paris which is like where this season is. She runs away to Paris, and then eventually the original love comes back and like finds her in Paris or something. And I'm like, can you not just leave this girl alone? You've treated her like horrendously for a long time, then confessed that you were in love with her. Oh, that's the thing. The original brother that she loved confessed his love to her the night before or the morning of her actual wedding. I just think the whole thing is so toxic. The finale, essentially, big spoiler, I've given you plenty of chances to move on, but finale is that she ends up with the original brother that she loved. And I just think the whole thing is just like I get that it's obviously fiction, it's not real life, but people are like obsessing over this relationship, and they're like, oh, are you team Conrad or team Jeremiah, which is obviously the names of the two brothers. And I'm like, can I not be team neither? Because this is a really weird, dysfunctional relationship. Anyway, that's my thoughts on the situation. But anyway, so we are now, I think that's finished now. I don't know if there's even like another series coming. I don't think there is actually. So I've watched that. I've watched My Life with the Walter Boys, which I really enjoyed. It's very, very similar vibes, by the way, in terms of like weirdly being in love with two brothers. Yeah, I thought that was great but odd as well. Although a little disappointed that that ended on a cliffhanger and there's no new series until next year, which I really hate when that happens. Do you mind? Which I do actually really hate when that happens, because I'm like, I wanted to watch the full series and now I can't. Like, when I binge watch something, like I want to see the whole thing, like the whole thing, and obviously I can't, so, you know. So yeah, that's my thoughts on things. I'm trying to find something new to watch. What was I watching? Oh, also, I told you that Emmanuel had never seen Harry Potter. We have been binge watching that. He's on night shift now, so like we're trying to watch it around his night shift. But when we came back from the hotel, from Alnwick, where obviously some of the film was like filmed, or some of the first film was filmed, I was like, you need to watch it. It's like a rite of passage. When I was rewatching the first films, or the first like two films, I was like, I can't remember this being so cheesy. So I did have to tell him, I was like, okay, the first couple of films are very much like geared towards children, and it gets better and more geared towards adults the further on the films. However, but we are now up to, oh, I hope these flowers had me out of focus the entire time, I swear to God. So yeah, we've been binge watching to the point where we're now actually up to Deathly Hallows Part 1. Deathly Hallows Part 1 we're watching. We had to like cut it short because obviously that's so long as well. That we can never watch a full film. So we are like, we like binge watching series, but we've never really binge watched like a full like movie series. And when each one finishes, it's like, yeah, let's watch the next one. So I don't know what we're gonna do when we finish them, because we've only got like a film and a half left. And I don't know what we're gonna have to do after that. I'll find something else to watch. Anyways, I am making some chicken noodle soup, I think. Chicken and vegetable noodle soup. So I'm planning on making like a couple of portions. I'll probably put way too much water in there. This is just for the noodles. I've got two packs of noodles in, and it's these onion chicken flavour ones from Indomie. And these are really, really nice, to be fair. Chicken, which I've just chopped into little chunks. And you've just seen me cut up a whole bunch of vegetables. So we've got broccoli, pepper, and onions and carrots. Kind of feel like I should have boiled the broccoli, but that'll kind of get cooked, I guess, when like in the broth of the noodles as well, I think. Maybe. I don't know. The idea is that I can have some now for my tea and then save some for another day. We love a batch cook over here, don't we? Let's do... No, not that one. I'm just going to season it with some of this chicken rub from JD Seasonings. I realise that you're probably supposed to put this on like beforehand and leave it to marinate, but oh well. Seasoning, you know. The stick is definitely gone from these pans. It's not ideal. I'm just got to keep it moving. Okay, so it kind of turned less into like a chicken noodle soup to just chicken with veggie noodles, but it still looks so good. Let me try. I wish I had chopsticks. I feel like I've tried to learn how to use chopsticks and I've never really got it, but I feel like if I keep practicing, I might be okay one day. There we go. I did put a little bit of chili peppers in here just because I like a bit of spice, but you can't even taste it, to be fair. That is very nice though. Right, I'm gonna go and have this. And then we need to do a clean up because it's looking a bit messy in here. The stick is definitely gone from these pans. The stick is definitely gone from these pans. Doused my hair in dry shampoo, tied it up, not very well, might I add, and I've ended up changing into different pyjamas, because like, I know I've got a, like this on, but I can't seem to regulate my temperature at the minute. Like, my legs are boiling, but the top of me is like quite cold. I don't know what's going on, like the weather at the minute is really, I don't know what's happening. It's an odd time of year, isn't it? So I thought that whilst I'm doing my skincare, I could tell you guys a bit about brand deals, because I've had a couple of questions about brand deals and how brand deals work, how ads work, etc. I'm guessing that the people who've asked, like, either they're just genuinely curious or they want to be creators themselves. So what I would say is, in terms of like specific paid brand deals, mine at the moment, sorry, I'm going to look kind of crazy because I'm taking my mascara off. Mine at the moment come through my management. So they come through my management, and my manager basically negotiates a deal with them, works out what deliverables they want, and then we'll kind of pitch it to me. But before I had management, it was very much a case of either I would pitch to brands or they would come into my inbox or my DMs or wherever, asking to work together, and you'd have to negotiate a price. Some brands are very difficult to agree to like a specific paid ad, and just want to do gifted stuff. Unfortunately, as lovely as getting gifted items is, it doesn't pay the bills. So paid ads are what majority of like creators earn a lot of their money from. I've got to say though, I don't really, let me know what you think, but I personally don't think that in comparison to maybe some other creators, I don't think I do that many paid ads, to be fair. I'm quite like, I don't know, I don't want my page to be so full of like ads. So I don't do that many ads. Sorry, I'm just double cleansing with the Aveeno cleanser. And essentially, it's basically the new age way of marketing. So brands realise that they're probably likely to get more of a return from advertising through a content creator than they were from like putting an advert on a bus stop or even doing a TV ad or something like that. And it's actually, depending on who they decide to use, obviously, to do their ads, it can be a hell of a lot cheaper and get a bigger return. So influencer marketing, as I believe it is called, is basically the new way of advertising. It's the way that brands make a lot of their money. A lot of brands rely on creative partnerships as well to make the money that they do. So in terms of like coming into my inbox, they'll come into my inbox, for example, and then it goes into like the negotiation stage. I don't see a lot of this because I'm under management, so my manager will do that side of it, where they'll basically work out what they want, whether they want like an Instagram story, an Instagram feed, post, like a reel or something, YouTube integration or like a dedicated YouTube video, or on TikTok as well. TikTok is also a big platform for ads as well. And once it's been kind of negotiated what they want, they might want a bundle of stuff as well. They might say, okay, we want like a YouTube integration, and then we also want an Instagram story, and they'll negotiate a price. It's not the same for every brand at all. It's not the same like price for everything. The prices vary so much depending on, first of all, like I say, the deliverables, the brand budget, and yeah, just a lot of stuff. And then from there, once the deal's agreed, we'll sign a contract. There's other things that sometimes come into play, like exclusivity. So for example, say I did a brand deal with Oust, right? And I've just literally picked this up, that's why I'm using it for the example. Say I wanted to do a brand deal with Oust. They might say to me, okay, we want you to do a reel about using Oust, but you can't work with any of our competing brands for a month afterwards. So that is something that needs to be taken into account when setting price as well, because obviously if I were to get offers from, say, Febreze, then I'm turning down work because I've got the exclusivity. So the price might go a little bit higher because they're also preventing me from working with other companies and getting potential work. Not that I would use like competing companies, because it wouldn't make sense. But that's like a thing. And then usage as well is something where essentially they use it. I really need to read up on this stuff. I'm not 100% sure on the usage. I think the usage is when like the brands can use it on their channels as well. So like they can advertise, say, a reel for 12 months or whatever. What have I just done? I've just done that in the wrong order. I'm trying out this 111 skin as well from the event that I went to. I'm actually really enjoying it, but I've completely forgotten to use this. Surely my hands are all slippery now. And yeah, so then once that goes up, you get a brief. So once you agree on all of that, you then get a brief sent over from the brand. So this is like stuff that they want to be said in the advert. So it's just like little key parts that they want in there. Sometimes they might want a specific clip of something. Like for example, the Catkin ad that I did last week. Was it last week or was it? No, it was literally the last video. So Tuesday's video, they specifically wanted a clip of a cat or the cats, both or one, eating the food. So I made sure that I got that clip and stuff like that. So it's fairly simple. The briefs aren't difficult, and if they are, then you can go back and like negotiate and say, I'm not sure I'll be able to achieve this, like can we try something else? It's all negotiable. Then once you've created your draft, sent it off, they can approve it, or they can come back and say that they want alterations, or they can ask you to completely refilm it. But in terms of how many times they can come back and ask you to refilm or make alterations is determined in the contract as well. So they can say, but we want the opportunity to come back with 3 different alterations, like 3 different times. And that's why it sometimes takes a little bit longer, because they might come back with stuff that wasn't even in the brief at the start and say, oh, we want to add this in. Then once it goes for approval, you can post it. And usually, this is the other thing that I think not many people realise, is that once you've posted something, usually it can take anywhere up to like 2-3 months to get paid from that job. So say for example, I did a job in January, I might not get paid that until like April. So it can sometimes take a while for getting paid. So that's why you've kind of got to be on the ball, making sure that you're managing your money all right, because you can't guarantee when you're going to get some income and when you're not. But yeah, I think that explains it a little bit. I hope that explains it. If you've got any more questions, leave them in the comments and I'll answer directly. But that's kind of how ads and brand deals work. That's for like specifically like paid ads. When it comes to like affiliate marketing and gifted stuff, there's different rules around that as well. Yeah, that is how paid ads work. Anyway, I've just finished my skincare. That was a really nice like long chat, which I feel like has really made my skincare. I'm kind of getting like not bored of doing skincare, but sometimes before I go to bed, I'm like, oh God, I've still got to do my skin. So yeah, let's turn that off. Come into here. And yeah, we're just going to go to bed now, I think. I'm literally on on my light. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this one. I hope that you've enjoyed it. Let's not have that open, it's gonna give me the heebie-jeebies. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, go hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys. Baby, let me love you.